Christ.
All right, let me show you something. Check this out.
Please do.
If you read Romans 9 and 13, it says, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, right?
Yeah.
When you go up a few verses, it says, before either did any good or any bad, that the purpose of election might stand, right? The Lord loved Jacob and hated Esau even before they were born. It was already set up that way in the beginning.
Why is he laughing?
You know what I'm saying? So, no, because it's the truth, it's deep.
The truth is
And so it's not an Edomite gonna say, really an Edomite ain't gonna do that because it's not in him, it's not in his spirit, it's gonna have a too. But it's not up to you what you believe in or what you think. It's up to him that calleth, it's up to him that showeth mercy. Talking about the, hey, you wanna get that?
I got
11? Yeah, just get it.
Romans.
With our spirit,
right?
He said it's
Let me ask you this before he read that. What color was Jesus when he walked the earth?
What?
He's an Edomite, man.
Your spirit.
He's a, I told him already, he's a tear.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm a terror.
Yeah.
But what color is he really?
He was a dark skinned man.
dark-skinned man
What?
from the tribe of Judah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Tells you in the scripture, Revelation 1. Hey, but just get
Dark skin.
hold on.
What do you consider dark skin though?
All right, that he's an Edomite. Listen, just
What do you
get Romans
consider
9.
dark skin? That's all
It
I'm
said
asking.
his skin was as fine brass as if it burned in a furnace. So that's very dark. Very dark.
As of you?
Darker than us, man.
Darker. Okay. So he's a dark skinned man.
Yeah.
Very dark.
This is Romans
I'm
chapter.
not denying it. I'm listening.
Not only was he a dark
This is all for knowledge.
Not only was he a dark skinned
Because I follow
man.
Christ as a Christian. But I'm just wondering.
Not only was he a dark skinned man, his family was dark skinned.
She might have got healed.
You get what I'm saying? His family was dark skinned. Meaning all the Jews were dark skinned. All the Jews were dark. Well, let me not say, I don't want to say dark. They weren't pale.
Different shades of
They
brown.
were different shades of brown.
Right.
You had different Jews with different shades of brown.
What's it? Why have you done this? What's made you do this?
The Spirit of the Lord. But we're going to go back to your original question.
Romans chapter
I'm
9,
just curious, what has made you
verse 11.
Listen to the scripture.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God's according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
You heard that?
Esau,
it says
I listened to everything but the Esau. Whatever. What did you say?
Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Now that answers
Where
it.
does it
Hold
say?
on. Let's revisit your question.
Let's revisit
Your question was, what if an Edomite changes his life, right, and serves God, right? And I told you, that's the answer to that question. It's not about works. It's about him that calleth and him that showeth mercy. So it don't matter what an Edomite does. Matter of fact, Hebrews 12 and 16. It doesn't matter what an Edomite does. They can cry. No matter what they do, the Most High hates them, and they're gonna get put to death. And that's just it. It doesn't matter what. If, like you said, your father's a Caucasian.
My father's Caucasian. My mother.
Well, the Caucasoid race of people, no matter what they do, they can't repent. They're going to get put to death.
I disagree with it. I must.
You should disagree with it.
Should I not?
It doesn't feel good to hear that. Yeah. Of course not. But it didn't feel good that my people got whipped for hundreds of years here. But guess what? We went through it.
Of course.
Now guess what? We're coming out of it. Exactly. But isn't that something we went through?
Your turn.
It's your turn.
But guess what?
It's your turn.
Our people are trying to come in the country and we get thrown in the
If you're an
concentration.
Edomite, if you're a so-called white man, it's your turn. We're passing the ball to you.
I have a love for all of you.
Hey man, they go to smooth work. Hey, listen. Even if he's not an Edomite, man, he's coming in the spirit of an Edomite.
My mother has felt the same thing.
Hey, listen, your mother didn't feel that same way, because if your mother felt that way, she wouldn't have laid down in bed with an Edomite or a white man. What your mother did was an abomination, and her ancestors are rolling in their grave for that shit. And I'm just gonna keep it frank with you. I have to tell you the truth. Right? And listen, hey, to you she was.
No.
To you she was. To you she was. But guess what? Your mother's gonna make it to the kingdom of heaven. She's gonna be. She's going to. She's just gonna have to get put to death first. 2/3 of our people, according to the Bible, are gonna get put to death.
And that's where I disagree. That's where I get a little bit upset.
It's okay. That's all right. That's okay.
I know.
The word of the Lord offends people. It offends people. That's why they tried to kill him. How many times did the Lord? How many times did the Lord have to duck and run from the Israelites because they tried to stone him? Because he spoke shit that
Paul
made
had to
people
get the
mad.
hell out the city.
When Paul spoke, riots broke out.
Yeah, they stoned him.
They did, exactly. 40 men made vows that they weren't going to eat or sleep until Apostle Paul was dead.
Yeah.
They killed Stephen.
You know what I'm saying? So everything I'm telling you is going to offend you. Because this is not for you. And I tried the spirit by the spirit, man. This is an Edomite.
Told you to get up the street.
He's an Edomite, man. He told you to go up the street a long time ago.
I don't think he's an Edomite because he's not too offended. But I believe that is touchy because his dad is an Edomite.
Only Yahawashi knows.
He didn't buck up the way that Edomites buck up. He's so calm.
And I said,
Separatist, racist.
But he broke it down to him and he was like, okay, I can get it.
No. Do you get your facts based on the Bible or are you going off emotions? And what you think God should be?
The Bible?
So can you
Bring that out.
I read the Bible.
Okay, hold on, wait. Can you show me a scripture right now that proves that God loves everybody? I'll give you my Bible right now.
John 3:16.
This King James. Yeah, go ahead. Give me a scripture right now that shows me God is not a
I
separatist.
bet you. I want to put money on it.
Go ahead. We already knew he was going to do that, but go ahead. Show me John 3:16.
I told you. The go-to scripture. The only one that can quote.
No, I know.
That's good.
That's so love the world.
Oh, that's good. Hey, you give me wisdom. Hey, give me wisdom of Solomon 18 and 24.
We got precepts.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, listen. Hey, look. Didn't I just bring out John chapter 3, verse 16 before they walked up?
I got it.
Through the Spirit?
I got
Hey,
it.
get John 3:16.
I got it. John chapter 3, verse 16.
Hold on, listen. Let's read it in context. Go ahead.
You thought.
You're going to prove us wrong. Right quick.
John chapter 3.
Let's go take shots.
Yeah, go take shots, man. We told you to go a long time ago.
I'm going to prove
I keep telling this man.
You're going to prove us wrong real quick. Real quick.
Isaiah 45:17.
So go ahead.
45 and 17.
John chapter 3, verse 16.
John chapter 3, verse 16.
All right, pull it up.
For God so loved the
Let me
world
read it.
that he
Let
gave
me
his
read it.
only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Now go to etymologyonline.com and get the word world. And we're gonna read who changed the word world from meaning cosmos to the entire and when, which was Pythagoras that did it. But go ahead. Etymology, get the word. Isaiah, hold on a second. I don't know. Before you come up here being devil's advocate, calm down, right? Now go ahead, read Isaiah 45.
We're listening.
Hold on.
All of us are listening.
We're gonna read this in context.
We want to hear this.
You said you should 45
How
and
long
16.
ago did the
45, 17.
Matter of fact, John, how long ago did you live? Around 2,000 years ago, right? Okay. That's a fact, right? That didn't come from an external source, did it?
I don't know.
Okay. Have that same spirit.
You ready? You want it?
No, did you read John chapter? Isaiah 40.
This is
Listen, Isaiah 45 and 17 now, right? Precept upon precept.
This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Hebrews 1 and 2.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
What's Israel?
World without end.
The Israelites are a what?
World without end.
The world in John 3:16 is talking about the world of Israel. The same way you have SeaWorld.
Read it once
you got
more.
Disney World, you have the World Series.
Read the whole thing once
wanna hear it
more.
again?
It's Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
You're done?
Yeah, you're done.
Hey, one more scripture?
Finito.
You got Hebrews 1 and 8. Hey,
He's going. He's going.
John?
I'm kind of curious about what. There are many verses in the Bible that says that God loves everybody on the
Where?
Okay, so where he says he's at the Last Supper, I don't know what the verse is.
Who was at the Last Supper?
When Christ and his disciples were at the
His
Last Supper.
disciples. What were his disciples? What was the nationality of his disciples?
I don't care, and I don't think it matters.
It does matter. It does matter.
Anyway, they were.
It does matter. No,
The word Jewish, they were Jews. Show me the word Jewish in the Bible. What's Jewish? What's Jewish?
We're getting off
What's
topic.
Jewish?
Anyways, he
No,
says,
because you coming up here with a foundation talking about with a proud spirit talking about it don't matter. Everything in the Bible matters.
Relax.
it does matter, but it doesn't matter like as far as skin color and stuff.
We got the truth, man. Relax.
He said, I loved you,
I see it
so
from my
love one
side now.
another. So love
Yeah,
the
it's
truth.
good.
Okay, that's what he
But you
said.
got to give him a
I see what you're saying. I see it. You want to cut him.
At the time when that was written, who was Jesus Christ talking to? What people was he talking to at that time? Was he talking to the whole world, or was he talking to a specific group?
He was talking to his disciples. It was a private conversation.
Okay.
Disciples.
Facts.
What nationality was those disciples?
They were Jews. They were Jews.
Okay, so he wasn't talking to the whole world.
It doesn't matter. That's
That's not
So
bad.
if I'm having a conversation,
He said, so love one another. So love one another.
We can do it right now.
all right.
What's the big deal?
So if I'm having a conversation amongst these brothers right here,
Do
right?
it. Whosoever.
And I'm telling him, yo, we need to love one another. Does that mean this guy in the Captain America suit?
Yeah, I know. We know.
Does it mean him too? If I'm talking amongst these brothers right here,
He talking amongst 12.
We on the bus, man. I get up in the bus. I get up in the middle of the bus and yell out, "Yo, we on a bus, right? 12 of us on a bus." I get up in the middle of the bus and start talking. Am I talking to everybody or everybody on the bus?
There's a whole lot of ways that people like to interpret the Bible. And
there's no private interpretation.
Yeah, no,
He just read you.
There's the new
What?
version.
Can I ask you a question? What does Isaiah 29 tell you? Well, Isaiah 29.
What you just read?
No, I get it. I get it.
I just get
I
it.
don't have that
This is
memorized.
Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Hold on. There goes that word. Whosoever, right? What's the next?
Verse 22. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know.
So can you get John 7 and 38? Just can we get that up? Listen, the whosoever that the Lord was talking to was the whosoever out of the Israelites decided to hearken onto the word. Because you remember, you got some of the Jews that rejected him, but you had some that believed on him. So that whosoever, the Lord came and and separated the sheep from his sheep from.
Christ came and he gave the message of salvation was first to the Jews.
No, it was always to the Jews. It's never changed.
There's a verse in the Bible that says first to the Jews,
And then to the Gentiles. But then you have to understand who the Gentiles are. What makes you a Gentile?
non-Jew, right?
Not all the time.
I got a
I'm
precept.
gonna show you here. Matthew 18 and 17.
I got a precept. John 7 and 35.
Hold on, we'll see. We're gonna crush that demon.
Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Okay, who was the dispersed amongst the Gentiles? I don't know. Okay, when you go into Deuteronomy chapter 28, the Lord said that to the nation of Israel when they came out of Egypt and they were at Mount Sinai, he told them, if you follow my laws, these are the blessings I will give you. If you don't hearken unto the voice of my Lord, these are the curses I'll give you. One of the curses said that Israel was going to be scattered to the four corners of the earth. That scattering took. Go ahead. You bring your preaching.
This Hosea chapter 8, verse 8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles,
Right.
as a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
Right. Israel was amongst the Gentiles. Why? Because he was scattered. Now through that scattering, you had Israelites, obviously we like having sex. and we love having sex with other nations' women. So our children started to look like those people that lived in that land. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Okay, great. You're right.
No, wait,
no, you win.
It's not about winning. This is about truth.
So what happens after that?
Let's get there. We ain't just gonna jump like that. We're gonna take time. All right, listen. He said that the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? I just read to you why they were lost. They were lost physically because they were born outside of Jerusalem and living in other lands, but then they were also lost spiritually. Because during the time that they spent in those lands, they started adopting the customs and the courtesies. They fell away from their heritage.
So what happens after all this?
That's what Paul was all about. Going out to the Gentiles wasn't talking about the actual Gentiles. Paul was bringing home the Israelites that were scattered in those lands.
So he's coming to save Jews.
Jew, first of all, Jew is only one tribe. Israelites, yes.
Coming to save the Israelites.
Now let me ask you a question. When the Lord was born, was all 12 tribes in Jerusalem, or was it just...
I don't know. We're not going to get into that.
It was the Jews, right?
Okay, but let's not get into that. All right.
I got a precept.
Okay, all right.
I got a precept.
What happens to everybody else in the world?
Okay, we can get this. Let's get the scriptures on that.
Well, hold on. As far as who you
Just tell me, I believe you. Just tell me.
No, but as far as who you talking about? Everybody else that doesn't
not
descend.
Israel.
Okay, everybody else.
That's why I asked
that's beautiful. Thank you for bringing that out.
That's exactly why I asked that. Because
being
you don't know who he is.
Being an Israelite means you descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
I don't descend.
Okay, what's your nationality?
Venezuela.
You're Venezuelan. Well, on your father's trip.
That's why we're
My parents are both Colombian. My grandparents.
You're Israelite.
That's the biggest welcome secret on the planet Earth. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're the real Israelites.
What happens
He said nice.
Hey,
He said nice.
take a breath. Go ahead.
All right.
I know you like
No,
you
I'm
like
not.
hearing
All right,
that.
all right. I got you.
What happens to
I
the
got
people
you.
who are not?
We got you.
We got you.
We're gonna show you what's gonna happen to the homeboys. All right.
Isaiah 14?
I have Revelation.
Isaiah 14. You got it?
I got Malachi.
Okay, I got Isaiah 14.
Just tell me what it is.
Okay, what's going to happen to the heathen nations? They're going to go into slavery underneath the Negroes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Oh, so we're going to enslave them.
We're going to righteously. We're going to enslave them righteously.
There's righteous enslavement.
There is righteous enslavement.
Let's get it.
Okay, when Esau had us in slavery, they were cutting our balls off. Is that righteous?
And they were butt raping.
They were butt raping.
Forcing us to sleep, to commit incest.
Let's get the precept.
That's according to
Let's get the precept.
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1, but the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
What's the land of the Lord?
Israel.
For servants and handmaids.
Servants and handmaids. What's a servant? What's a handmaid? Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So I know how you feel. It ain't about how you feel. It's about the word of God. Okay? But it's going to be. You're not listening to the world do. So we're not finished. Our slavery is not. It's because you're so accustomed to the white man's form of slavery, you can't comprehend a righteous slavery. And that's really what it is. Proverbs 29 and 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. They're going to go through a period of hardcore slavery for 1,000 years. If we could get that in Revelation. After the 1,000 years, that 1,000 years be,
No.
Oh,
so you're telling me that just because of somebody's nationality, where they're born, even somebody who's more righteous than you, you're going to still get to enslave them?
Yeah. Yeah. We just read that. Romans 9.
That's justice.
Even without all
Hold on a second. Hold on. Before you say anything, before you get to
I'm going to speak regardless if you
That's
tell me to
all right,
stop or not. Because I'm a man, first of all. I'm not a nigga, but semantics,
this
whatever.
is the point I'm trying to make.
What you're getting at is this. And see,
one person has to speak and one person has to talk.
That's disrespectful.
One person has to speak.
Right, and now
one has to listen.
Go get your podium and go get your camera and go do your shit elsewhere.
Wow. So in other words, I'm not righteous. I don't have a voice. I have a thought unless I have all this. I'm one man and y'all are many men. So the many men outweigh the one man? Is that what you're telling me?
That's exactly what we telling you.
That's not true.
All right, so go prove that to somebody else then.
That's not true.
We was having a conversation with this brother, you rudely interrupted.
No, rudely.
But you know what?
I'm listening to you, and I want to interject. But
we weren't dialoguing with you though.
Here's how I know.
They don't care. We don't care.
If he's lighter skinned, you'll talk to him. But I'm darker skinned. You say fuck
no.
And that's what you're doing.
Get out of here.
Wow. It's not what you're saying. It's what you're doing. So can I speak?
No. You can't. Not right now.
So then I just proved my point.
We were talking
Thank
to
you.
somebody else.
Have a good night.
Good night. Have a good night. Go enjoy your
But this is not righteous what you're doing to me.
Good night.
And I look just like you.
Good night. Good
I
night.
look just like you.
According to you.
I look like all of y'all.
Disrespectful.
And I look like him, by the way.
You disrespect.
Disrespectful.
You disrespect.
And it's crazy. Because, by the way, you've been interrupting him for like 15 minutes. But that's another story.
This is our podium.
This is propaganda. This is perspective.
So
this is point of view. I'm doing it right now because you told me to stop talking and I haven't stopped talking yet. Because guess what? This is America and we all have opinions and we all have point of view. No, he don't want to hear me. You do. I'm not an asshole. You already made a justification, perspective on me. You already made a judgment on me, right?
Oh, you got to
You just said I'm an asshole. That's a judgment. Come
I didn't
on.
say you were an asshole.
You just said it.
I said we
If
all
you can't
are
admit it,
assholes.
if you can't admit it,
You getting all
if you
emotional.
can't admit it, emotion, it's all, life is emotion. You know how you know you're living? Because you're feeling something.
All right, what's your
Good night, brother.
See,
Stop cutting people off. You can't be the only voice, brother. Good night.
He was only here to take that other.
To run him
He
off.
was only here to take the other guy.
I eat beef
Go up the
and
street.
chicken.
Go up the street, man. Nobody
Wait,
cares.
y'all dismissing the brother.
Nobody cares,
And I look
man.
just like y'all. You're dismissing me.
Your brotherly ass
It's
up,
funny.
bro.
You know, have you ever heard the term hotel?
Oh, you Black Lives Matter?
Have you ever heard? No, I didn't say nothing about it. I asked you.
Egyptologist.
I was going to ask you what you feel on.